Mystery of Flight 305, Portland to Seattle. November 24th, 1971. A day, a mystery started to unfold. A day of questions and no answers. A day, Dan Cooper, otherwise known as D.B. Cooper, skyjacked a Boeing 727. Skyjacked is a word used for hijacking something in the sky. According to citizensleuths.com, Cooper boarded Northwest Airlines flight number 305 in Portland, Oregon, the day before Thanksgiving. It was a one-way flight to Seattle, Washington. Cooper boarded the plane dressed like a businessman, dark suit and tie. He took a seat at the rear of the plane and ordered a drink. When the flight attendant gave him his bill for the drink, he passed a note to her. The note read, "I have a bomb in my briefcase. Come sit next to me." Cooper then opened his briefcase and showed the flight attendant what appeared to be a bomb. Cooper demanded $200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes, and food for the crew, or he would blow up the plane. When Flight 305 landed in Seattle, all demands were met. The money was marked and sent on board. All passengers were then safely let off the plane. Cooper then gave instructions to fly toward Mexico City. Approximately 40 minutes after takeoff, Cooper lowered the rear stairs of the plane and jumped. He strapped the $200,000 to himself, that's 21 pounds of money, and he used 2 of the 4 parachutes. Cooper was never seen again, and the mystery of Flight 305 began. Some say he survived, some say he didn't. Cooper denied instructions on how to use the parachutes. As stated in the D.B. Cooper hijacking by Marcia Lusted, skydiving professionals said that if Cooper was an experienced skydiver, he would have no problem parachuting at night. If that was his first jump, however, his survival would not be likely. The only evidence that Cooper left behind from that day was a clip-on tie found in his seat. Other evidence was later found. That tie became crucial evidence to this case. It was determined that it was Cooper's tie. The theory that it was another passenger's tie from a previous flight was dismissed through a series of possibilities. It was also statistically unlikely that another passenger from Flight 305 would have taken his tie off, walked to the rear of the plane, and rested it in Cooper's seat. The tie had titanium particles on it, which meant that Cooper worked in or had access to a fabrication plant that contained titanium and other metals. In 1971, only engineers and managers in fabrication plants wore ties to work. It also had particles from matches, suggesting that Cooper was a longtime smoker. Cooper's knowledge of the airplane, use of the parachute, and the construction of a bomb suggests he may have been an engineer. This is all speculation of the information because of the tie. In 1978, a placard of the rear staircase, a small sign from the staircase, from Flight 305 was found near Lake Merwin. In 1980, $5,800 of Cooper's ransom money was found and identified beneath the banks of the Columbia River, 20 miles from where the placard was found. In 2008, a piece of what was believed to be part of Cooper's parachute was recovered 6 miles from Lake Merwin. According to the D.B. Cooper hijacking, A Vanishing Act by Kay Olson, Marla Cooper came forward in 2011 and said that her uncle, Lynn Doyle Cooper, was the Dan Cooper from the skyjacking of Flight 305. Marla believed Lynn got the name Dan Cooper from a French skydiving comic book hero. Marwa states that Lynn was gone from the house that night of November 24th and came back the next day bloody, and he claimed that he was in a car accident. He then left the area and never contacted the Coopers again. It is unknown whether Dan Cooper was his birth name or an alias. It was reported by CNN that the name D.B. Cooper was given as a person of interest, and the name stuck. Could it be Lynn Doyle Cooper? Could he have survived that jump on that dark November night? Was he an experienced or an unexperienced jumper? Many of these questions will never be answered. The mystery of Flight 305 may never be solved, but the pursuit of answers will always continue.